Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Hamric, and I'm going to be your little one's pre-K teacher this year at Molina Park. I'm so excited to get to meet them, watch them grow and learn, and get started with this school year. I gave you a packet of information this morning. I want to just kind of briefly go through the packet real quickly with you and let you know what you need to do with each piece, okay? The first thing that you're going to see in there, well, on the top, should be your certificate of eligibility. It's a white sheet of paper, very important. All you need to do is sign it and date it. I've highlighted where you need to sign it, date it, stick it back in the envelope. A couple of people don't have one because you had already signed it. So if you don't have one in there, don't panic. It's fine. But just sign the certificate of eligibility, stick it back in there. The next thing is a green sheet of paper. It's an attendance policy. Just kind of goes over the attendance policy. Just sign it, date it, put it back in there. Then there is a discipline policy. Just kind of explains the discipline policy. Sign it, date it, put it back in there. Now, these are green. There is a copy of both of these on a white sheet of paper in there that you can keep. It says parent copy at the top. So, but the green ones need to come back to me, and the certificate of eligibility needs to come back to me. Okay, the next thing in there that you will see is our behavior system here is what we call a sunny day system. This is a letter that kind of explains the sunny day system really well, and behind it is a little half sheet. What I would like for you to do after you read this is to fill this out. I need this part back. I don't need the letter back. I just need this part. If you'll send that back. But just to briefly go over, we want everybody to stay on a sunny day all day long, of course, but we know that sometimes you have bad days. Sometimes you just having a little trouble getting it together. That's okay. We all do it. We all have bad days. We usually at the beginning of the year give them time to get used to this. We understand that some of them have never been in a school setting before. This is all different. So we understand that, and we're gonna talk to them about rules and why we have rules, and we have rules so that everyone can learn, so that everyone can be safe. So this is what we want. Now, on the occasion that they, can't get together and they make a mistake and they do something, we'll talk to them in the beginning before we make them change their picture to cloudy. We'll kind of give them a few chances. After a few chances, we're going to say, I think maybe you need to go to sunny to help you to remember. But guess what? Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean that you can't fix it. What we want them to do is learn from it. So if they get it together and they don't, and they're fine the rest of the day, they can go back to sunny. So this helps to teach them that, just because you make a mistake, it's not, the end of the world. It's okay. You can figure it out and you can straighten it out and go back to sunny. So and we have sunny, then you go to cloudy if you just really can't get together. And then if you really can't get together, you go to rainy. We have a stormy on there, but I don't know that I've ever had anybody to go to stormy. It's just, that's usually never happens. Very few go to rainy. It's just kind of there to let them know. But if you'll sign this, send it back that you understand, that would be great. Okay, if your child is a bus rider, this is only for the bus rider children. Because this is in every envelope. This is the papers that you need to look at. This is the transportation guidelines, rules. We got to have rules. Everybody's got to have rules. So these are the guidelines for the bus. You need to sign it, send this back. I need this. This is the important one, the intake form. This is where you're going to fill in your child's information at the top. Don't worry about a picture. I'm going to take their picture and put it up there. So don't worry about a picture. Just fill in the top information. This part right here is the really important part. Anyone who is allowed to get your child off the bus needs to be listed here. If they're not listed here, they're not getting your child. So they need to be listed here if they are allowed to get your child off the bus. They need to be 18 years old or older. And they will have to show an ID when they get there, at least until the bus driver learns who they are. So they need to have an ID with them when they bring them to the bus stop and when they pick them up at the bus stop. And their name must be on this paper if they're going to pick them up. The bottom part is for the school. I got to have this back. And I really need this back Monday because they're riding the bus Monday. Now, if they are a car rider, and you told me they were going to be a car rider, they will have a little thing like this in their packet. This goes up on the visor of your car, and whenever you come through the line, flip it down so that the girl can see the name. She'll call your child to come to a pole, 1, 2, 3, or 4. They may even go up to 5, but she'll tell your child to go up to the pole. She'll tell you what pole to drive up to. Pick your child up. Now, your child rides in a car seat, and they can't buckle. Okay, we understand, but we don't want to hold up the line. So I'm sure the girls in the line are going to tell you to pull up to the curb, and then you can get out and buckle your child in. But that's the way that you'll pick your child up at the car line. Just keep up with your car tag. The next thing that you're going to see is pre-K, things to remember. This is directly from me. This is directly related to this classroom. Lots and lots of important stuff in here. Read through it. I mean, it's 3 pages. It's not that long, but lots of stuff in here. I'm going to go over just a few of them right now. The time that school starts, 7:45. Your child needs to be here in the classroom at 7:45 or by 7:45. Can't be here before 7:20. They don't open the doors until 7:20. Getting out, school is until 2 o'clock, but pre-K gets out early, a little earlier. So once school gets rolling in 2 or 3 weeks, couple of weeks, it'll be 1:45. They will be out at the car rider line at 1:45. But the first week of school, and maybe a little past the first week, they will get out there at like 1:30 because, you got to work all the kinks out. You got to get everything squared away. So they'll probably be out there at 1:30, I'm sure, Monday and, maybe most of the week. And then they'll kind of work up to 1:35, and then they'll work up to 1:40, and then they'll work up to 1:45. And that's what time your child will be at the car rider line every day. So that's when you can pick them up. As far as I'm just kind of hitting a couple of highlights. We'll have 2 parent conferences a year, one in the fall, one in the spring, probably October-ish or something. And I'm so excited because we get to have those in person. I actually get to meet you in person that day. I'm going to love it. And that we'll tell you about their progress. Now, they get a progress report. They don't get a report card, but they get a progress report every 9 weeks. When the report cards come out, they get a progress report. You'll sign it just like you do a report card, send it back. Clothing. Some parents love to dress their kids up in pretty little fancy Sunday clothes. Love it. Great. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They play here. We paint. We get in dirt. We get wet. We get dirty. We spill milk on us. We get Play-Doh. I mean, we play. So I am suggesting play clothes. Something that you don't mind if it's going to get dirty. Because sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. So I would suggest play clothes because they need to move and bend and run and twist and turn and all that kind of fun stuff. Now, as far as shoes, tennis shoes are recommended every day. They have PE twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, and they have to have tennis shoes for that. The other days, we go outside, we run, we climb, we get on tricycles, we go down slides, we play on monkey bars. Flip-flops are a definite no. Sandals, they can wear, but they have to have a back strap to them to hold them on their feet. Tennis shoes are the best. Tennis shoes are recommended for every day. Please, no boots, especially the ones that, have really hard bottoms or pointed, hard heels. we would rather not have boots. Tennis shoes are the thing. Okay. Every month, at the first of the month, you will get a manila envelope in your child's folder that will have an attendance verification form in it. It looks like a calendar, and it will be for the previous month, and I will have marked on there the days that your child was at school. Please sign this and send it right back. These are, I have to have these papers every month. When we get audited, and we get audited all the time, I have to have these papers. So, if you lose it, I can make you another one. Just tell me, I'll make you another one. But I do send them home every month at the first of the month. Just sign them, date them, and send them back. And we'll be fine. Water fountains. This bad old COVID stuff that's going around. That we don't have normal access to water fountains. We don't have a water fountain in the room. And I know your little one's going to get thirsty. If you can send a reusable water bottle with them, with some, we can fill it, we can go out to the hall or something and fill it with water fountains, but they can't drink from the water fountain. So we're trying to have something that they can have. If you send a water bottle, I have a special place for it. It will sit on the counter. They can go get it as often as they like and drink water from it. But they can't drink from the water fountains. So, and I know a lot of these little ones get thirsty, and want something to drink. So that's something that we're suggesting. You don't have to do it, but if your little one is going to want water during the day, you might want to send a reusable water bottle that you can send home and wash and send back. Something that we can just set on the counter and they can get at their leisure whenever they want it. I was going to show you the calendar. When I talked about sunny day things and what they would be on, I forgot to show you the calendar. This is a calendar that will be in their folder. They have a folder that will go home every day and needs to stay in their backpack. It needs to come back every day. And this will be in the front of it. At the bottom, we have a sun, we have clouds, we have rain, and we have lightning for stormy. On that day, we will mark what kind of day they had. And this is a good starting point. When you see the calendar and you see what they had, you can ask them about their day. If they did have a cloudy day and they don't remember, what they did, I don't know. I don't remember what I did. Okay, we get it. We understand. It was a long day. We have numbers down here with some behaviors. If it's one of these behaviors, we will put the number in the square. Sometimes they do something that's not exactly one of these 10 items. We'll write a little note in the square and let you know what they did. Remember, this is not a disaster. This is a work in progress. So occasionally, if they get a cloudy, it's just a reminder, just to remind them and talk to them a little bit about their behavior. But this will be in their folder and needs to be initialed every night. Every night you initial it, put it back in their folder, send the folder back every day they come home. Yes, because I'm not going to get to meet these beautiful little ones until Monday. I got to see them briefly in the car line this morning, but I don't know them. So we're sending one of these home. It'll have their name on it. It'll have Hamric on it, and it'll say pre-K on the back. If you will please let them wear this on Monday and probably most of next week, that would be great. Because when they come in Monday morning, and if they're, if they're shy, if they just decide not to tell me what their name is, this will tell me who they are. It will also tell the car rider teachers or the bus people that drive the bus that they're a pre-K-er and that they need help because they don't know their way around. So when they get out of the cars, the teacher will see this, know they're a pre-K-er, and they will tell them to sit on the bench and wait for Miss Crystal to come get them. Miss Crystal Jackson is my aide, and she is wonderful. And she's the one that always goes and gets them in the morning. So we'll sit on the bench and wait for Miss Crystal to walk them down the hall. And just to let you know, no pre-K student ever walks down the hall by themselves. Never. So an adult is always with them throughout the whole school year. So don't worry that they're going to get lost, because someone is going to be with them all the time. But we want this on there to remind me of what their name is when they get here Monday morning. Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, and I had the book here earlier and I put it away, but we are so fortunate to have sponsors that help us out because they know that reading is so important. So what they have done is they have donated some money so that your child can get a free book every month. So on Monday, because, you know, school was supposed to start earlier and it didn't, and August is almost over. So we had a book for August, and so we're going to send it home on Monday. Berenstain Bears Visit the Firehouse, I believe is the name of it. And they will get, this is their book to keep. Each month, usually around the first of the month, might be the first week of the month or something, we'll send home a book that is theirs to keep forever, and gives you something to read to them, because nothing develops a love for reading more than listening to stories. So we love it when people read stories to them. So this gives you some books to read to them at home. That's really about it. I can't think of anything else that I need to tell you, but if there's any question you have or any concern you have, please feel free to text me on Remind. You can even, you should have my cell phone number, because that was the number that I called you from. So that's my cell phone. I don't mind you saving my cell phone number and giving me a call or texting me on that. I'm glad to help with any problem or any concern that you have. Okay, that's about it. Thank you so much.